Yes, guys, welcome back to the Chelsea FC Today channel. Not on the greatest of terms. I think we're all gutted and vastly disappointed about obviously the result at West Brom at the Bridge. 5-2, not what we needed. It's just as simple as that. It's not what we needed. But anyway, we just got to move forward and upwards and onwards. And today I'm joined with Vedant so far. So, man, how you going?
Yeah, I'm good today. Obviously, not as good, but better than yesterday. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly, man. We've just had a bit of time to reflect on it honestly, but it was pretty dire and dreadful. I think it was personally, I'll go on and talk about it for a bit now, but I think it's a combination of the manager's fault and just the players' fault. Full credit to West Brom. I've got nothing. There's nothing against West Brom. They came out looking like prime Barcelona yesterday. Fair play to them, and they pulled it off exceptionally well. And they deserved the 3 points. Honestly, we frankly didn't, and they were the better team. So, well. Yeah, so sorry about that. Just um where was I? Yeah, it was just the players and managers' fault, right? So Tuchel, the substitutions, that was very frustrating and confusing. And then at the same time, the players just didn't show up today. And I guess we'll talk about that a bit more now. So I just want to get your thoughts for Dan on Jorginho's performance. I think, could this be his worst performance in a Chelsea shirt? Is it? Do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think it's up there. I mean, you could just see from the start he wasn't ready. He was giving away passes. He wasn't with completely in like synchronized with the energy of the game. And yeah, I think he was just too slow yesterday. And hopefully this is just a one-time thing. Hopefully, if he does play against Porto, he'll be back like he was in the games before. And yeah, hopefully it's not like gonna be like this from now on because that was a dreadful performance yesterday.
Exactly, well said, man. I think his screw ups were in part that's why Thiago Silva got sent off, because it was the first one where Jorginho, did the half-ass challenge, didn't win the ball, and Thiago Silva has to step up, right? When he's not expected to, you don't as a centre back, I play there sometimes. You don't want to have players consistently running onto you, and you want your midfield to kind of absorb some of that pressure so you can also deal with it. And he didn't. And then it was the second thing too, like in the second one where like Jorginho just screwed it up, then he has to put in a challenge to try and win the ball, and he ends up clipping the guy. It's a red card, is what it is, man. But then we go down to 10 men. And then after this, though, my main point, and I just want to get your thoughts on this. Why did we go to a back five, from this, because Tuchel, he brought on AC, and then it looked like we just had a back five when we only had 10 players on. Like, don't you think that was ultra conservative?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. My only explanation that I had was maybe he wanted us to kind of just sit back and just keep the result of 1-0 and just defend. But obviously, if I was the manager, I would have not subbed Ziyech off, kept him on, and yeah, I would have gone for the game and try and just score even more and just finish it off with 10 men.
Exactly. And I don't think just Zuma too, his performance today was also very lackluster. I think that second goal was very frustrating, because let's be real, man. They pinged one ball from the goalkeeper and it went straight through the whole team and they scored off that. Like, that's just unacceptable. That's something like I'd see in the league I play in, bro. Not in the Premier League. Like, I don't play a high standard of football. As a centre back, you to be able to deal with that effectively. And his positioning on that was horrific. And he's just lacking confidence at the minute, I think. And I understand that Rudiger didn't play because he played a lot of time in international football at the break. But even then, still, man, Rudiger has to be playing with Zuma right now. And the fact that we're letting someone like Tomori go even angers me more because Tomori is a baller. He's just so underrated, and AC Milan are gonna snap him up for 30 million euros, man. It's a disgrace, and we still got Zuma. Now, I know Zuma it can be a very good player, but Tomori has a higher ceiling than Zuma, so it just frustrates me, man. And when we're just letting these players go, and then also talking about buying new centre backs, it's just not good. So yeah, just what did you think on his performance too?
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to that point about Tamori. Just imagine him in our back three right now. His combination of pace and physicality, that would be absolutely perfect right now. Especially on his current form. He would fit so nicely into our back three. But yeah, going on to Zuma's performance, it wasn't the best, I'll admit it, but hopefully, same thing as Jorginho. Hopefully, it's just for today because against Atletico Madrid, he was quality, and he brings that physical presence in the air, and yeah, hopefully, this is just a one-off thing, international break. Hopefully, just international break tax or something like that, and yeah, hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah, hopefully he'll bounce back. But I think Rudiger, let's be real, Rudiger's gotten most of the minutes under Tuchel, so he should be playing. And I think we need to create a settled back three under Tuchel if he even wants to play the back three, right? Because you just need to build that solidity, which we had credit to Tuchel for those 14 games unbeaten, correct? But other than that, it's just frustrating too. And same thing with Alonso too. Like I thought Alonso's first half performance was very good. He created pretty much the goal that led to the opening goal. Good free kick, hits post, and then Pulisic too runs off and taps it in, man. But his second half performance was dreadful, not gonna lie. I can't remember, was it the third goal where just he couldn't get back to defend, and then one of the West Brom players just burnt him past, and we felt the consequences of that, man. So you weren't satisfied with Alonso's performances, were you today?
No, I definitely wasn't. On the attacking end, he's fine and all that, but when it comes to the defense, it's absolutely shambolic. I don't know. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, I just don't know what it is on defense. He's absolutely so slow. He's very slow tracking back. And that third goal, he just, I don't know what he was doing there. The West Brom player just beamed past him and whipped it in. And yeah, I think it was Callum Robinson with a great volley. And yeah, that goal could have easily been prevented if Alonso had a bit more pace. But, we moved.
Exactly. I mean, left back's been kind of a strong problem area all this season. Chilwell's not being consistent. Alonso comes in, he's good against the big teams. He shows up for the big games, but he just can't do it consistently. And then Emerson just hasn't got the game time this year. So it's been a bit of a sticky one still. We just need to, especially on the left side, just get someone in there who can just give us solid 7 or 8 out of 10 performances every single game instead of an occasional 8 or 9, then a 3 the next day or two. But yeah, it is what it is, man. And I just also want to get your thoughts on the substitutions, right? So Christian Pulisic, man, he goes on, gets his first goal of the season. It's a decent goal to tap him, but is what it is. And then we go down to 10 men and he gets subbed off for Christensen. Pulisic is probably our most direct player. He always wants to take man on, he always wants to dribble, he always wants to create stuff. Why then do you take off our most creative player? It just doesn't make sense for me. Like we need to be keeping this guy on, especially with 10 men, right? Because we got limited bodies. You need to take all the pace and speed that you got, and Pulisic brings that to the game, man. So I think it was also poor mismanagement on Tuchel's half by bringing Pulisic off, because I think this was his chance to prove himself, and I think he played pretty well. And then he just got subbed off for for defensive conservative reasons, right? Playing that back three, like the 10 men, man, we shouldn't be playing the 5 at the back, right? We shouldn't be playing 3 center backs. You should play like a 4-3-1 or something like that. Just try keep the ball, work it up slowly, then take our chances, right? We can't just sit back and play the same way that Tuchel wanted us to with 10 men, man. It's just frustrating. So I just want to get your thoughts on the substitutions today. Did you rate what Tuchel's been doing? Did you think it was poor mismanagement? I'm just curious to hear your opinion on it. But
Yeah, Nick. I don't know if you actually saw this, but the Pulisic substitution, it wasn't because of tactics or anything. I'm sure you can assume what it was if it wasn't tactics.
what was it?
It was actually an injury, and I don't know if you've seen the
Oh
clip.
no, really?
I
I
don't
didn't
know
see that.
the clip or not, but so at halftime he was like taking like a practice sprint from the tunnel to the field, and he felt something in his hamstring, and that's the place where he's been affected the most. And he told Tuchel, and he came off. But hopefully, it's not too big or anything, and
Yeah,
he can
Jesus, we
play.
don't we don't want anything bad for him. Well, then even then, bring on Hudson-Odoi or someone like that. Man, we need that dynamism with 10 men. Because if you bring on a center back, that's not going to change the game, bro. If you bring on Hudson-Odoi, then he's going to change the game. Because okay, fair play, Pulisic coming off, man. But even then, still, we need that type of player, man. And Ziyech was kind of non-existent, not gonna lie. Same with Timo Werner, honestly. Like, I'll just go on about him. You know, credit where credit's due. He got the assist. It was good hold-up plays. Gave the ball to Mason Mount. Mason Mount came in, right? It's good assist, man. But we need to be seeing more goal involvements, especially in the scoring department, not necessarily the assisting department. The assists are always welcome and valued, but we need to see a more goal output from Timo Werner, man. It's just it's annoying and frustrating to see, man. You know, I'm prepared to give him next year. Obviously, you know, I want to back this man all the way. I am frustrated, yes, but I understand from his perspective what he's coming to, a new country, a new league, new play style, all that other stuff. But please, for the love of God, just try to add a couple more goals, man. But even then, still, I think he could have even come off, and then maybe even Havertz, you know, in our predicted lineup, he should have played, man. But yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on that, man. Did you rate Timo Werner's performance yesterday?
I didn't rate it, but at the same time, I think there's nothing he really could have done because it was another instance where at times he didn't get the correct service that he needs. And I'll give you an example. That time when he was running in behind, and then Kovacic played a ball in, but it was just a bit overhit. And even if it was hit like perfectly, there's a 50-50 chance that he could score that. Either he scores or he misses. And if he scored, then it would have been great. But yeah, it's just chances like those where he needs perfect service. And yeah, if he scores one of those, then hopefully his confidence bounces back up. And again, going to that assist that he got, he could have taken the shot, but it was good that he he didn't take it, and then he laid it off to Mount, and yeah, we got one back. But yeah, I didn't really rate his performance, but at the same time, I feel sympathy because there's really nothing he could have done. He was trying his
Exactly. It was
best.
just another day of no service, bro. You know, we do need to just get the ball to him and just hope he can do hope he can do stuff with what he gets, you know. And I think moving on now, does this put the Porto result in doubt? You know, I do think a lot of tuning into the streams yesterday, the fans were, I think, too overreactionary. You know, they did take this is a bad result, but I think we do still need to stay relatively positive about the Porto fixture. You know, it is Champions League. Have our players back. You know, we'll have like Mounts, your Rudigers, etc. back. I'm not sure if Kante can play. Hopefully, he can. May not be able to, but it's a time to prove the media wrong, you know, and everything like that, and bounce back. And these 2 weeks are critical to how Tuchel's Tricky Blues season will play out, man, because we have the FA Cup. I'm not sure when the FA Cup tie against City within 2 weeks or a week. I'm not sure. Then we go Palace, then we still got the Porto thing. It's a tough fixture. We got tough fixtures up. So we just this is what this season will be made of, man. So I just want to get your thoughts. You know, do you think after this result potentially the Champions League's in doubt? And do you think it's out of reach for us then? Yeah.
I actually feel like we could still go far in the Champions League, and I feel like, this. I'm not too worried about this performance. It could have just been, it was just not our day, but yeah, going back to our upcoming fixtures, we have Porto, tough game, and I think the fixtures after that are actually quite underlooked. We have City twice, FA Cup and Prem. We have Leicester, who are I respect Leicester hugely. I respect a lot of their players.
Leicester are a tough team. We cannot take
Yes.
any fixture for granted at all,
We
bro.
have we have Arsenal. They're not good at all, but it's a London derby, and you never know what Arsenal can do in a London derby. We have
Exactly, bro. We're charity FC this year. We gave life to Arsenal, man.
yeah,
We've given life to City's unbeaten run. We screwed it up against West Brom twice this year, man. We're just dishing out points left, right, and center. So I agree with you, man. I'm very skeptical about that Arsenal game.
and then we also have West Ham. West Ham. It from on paper it looks like we should be winning that, but based on how the current season's going, they're actually doing pretty good in the table right now. Definitely higher up than people would have expected. Last year they were almost in the relegation zone, and this year they're almost in the Champions League. So yeah, we've got a lot of tough games coming.
Exactly, bro. It's just we gotta hope for the best. I guess, it is what it is. But these are the season defining games, because this is where it matters. We can screw up games in the first 10, 15 games, but now the points count, bro, and that we cannot take the top four, for granted. If you have a look, West Ham I think, will they go above us? I think there's 2 points difference from West Ham. There's like three from Liverpool. There's three from Spurs, I swear. Like, we cannot take anything for granted, man. Everything's so close. So do you maybe even think we can get top four then? Or is that in question too?
I think if we won that game yesterday, then I think we had such a good chance of making that top four. But as you said, we're charity FC. We give points to teams that are fighting for points when we should really be getting these points. And yeah, now it's definitely lower chance of getting. It's lower the chance of us getting top four, especially with our fixtures coming up. And yeah, I think this is going to be a real test for Tuchel and the players. And let's see. Hopefully, in the end, we can do something spectacular.
Indeed, I agree with you. I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. But even then, if these 2 weeks screw us over, then I'm just going to turn very pessimistic on this team and this season. But I can't blame it all on Tuchel, because it's just been a wild ride of a season. But we just want to get something out of it, as fans, and I'm sure the players do. We just gotta hope, man. That's it. Just hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that pretty much concludes it. I think we've pretty much said everything. Just not feeling the best about the result. We got the tough game ahead, Champions League midweek. So I'm sure there'll be a preview out before
Wanted
that.
to
So
Sorry, Nick.
sorry,
Just want
what?
to add something. Let's do a little pre-match prediction, early prediction for the game against Porto. What are you saying?
I said the Sun well by Chelsea, right? It's going one or two or three ways for me. It's going to be a 0-0, a 1-0 to us, or a 2-1 to us. But after that, I'm feeling a 0-0 or a 1-0, most likely, honestly.
Yeah, I was on the stream and I went 1-0. Hopefully we can get the clean sheet again. And yeah, let's hope that we get that
In,
crucial away goal in this tie.
indeed, I don't care if we ship two. We just need the away goal. Maybe even three. Let's say we lose 3-1, worst case scenario. That
Yeah.
away goal still counts for something. It's massive. That's the number one priority, getting that away goal and just getting ahead. So yeah, I mean, hopefully we can pull through, eh? All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, easy. So I think that pretty much concludes it. We've said everything that we need to, just not feeling the best, but it is what it is. We got the game midweek. I'm sure there'll be a preview out, the day before, as always, man, on the Chelsea FC channel. Just as you guys do, just keep on subscribing. I know the subscriber count's creeping up. It's just a big favor to me and Vedant, it means so much. Same thing with just likes and post notifications, helps out a lot, build up the views and build up the channel. So just keep smashing it, guys. You're doing an amazing job. And, I can't say anything more or less apart from that. So I'm just very grateful that you guys are tuning into this content. And I'm just always happy to deliver it if you guys are enjoying it. So thank you so much for that. And also for Vedant too, to always letting me on. I always love coming on this channel. So yeah.
Yep, guys, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and follow Nick and myself on all socials. Nick on the stream every time. And yeah, make sure to follow him. It'll mean a lot to him. And as well, if you like the video and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Tuesday, hopefully, for a Porto preview. And yeah, until then, see you guys.
See you later.